Hello people, and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Is Ripple abandoning XRP? David Schwartz weighs in. Interesting. Okay guys, I know this is a question that's been going around quite a lot lately, especially due to the launch of the Ripple stablecoin that's going to be coming in later this year. And it's good to see that David Schwartz is addressing this head on, because it's good to know where they stand. And I've said this from before when I heard that the launch of the stablecoin was coming. Do I think that this was going to make XRP obsolete? No, I've said that. I've explained why. And, you know, before I even get into this, I'm quite confident that Ripple are not abandoning XRP, because it just wouldn't make sense for them to do so, to be honest with you. I understand that they might want to, like, pivot in terms of, like, the way they're doing things, in terms of, you know, going to other stuff other than just like cross-border payments, for example, and not focusing solely on that kind of stuff. But in terms of just abandoning XRP altogether, it doesn't really make sense. Like, obviously they've got so much XRP, to just give up on it would be, you know, ridiculous. Because first and foremost, if they did start to just give up on XRP, they're going to lose a lot of investors, which is going to tank the price. And one of the main ways that they actually fund their operations right now is selling XRP. So, of course, they're not going to want to just abandon it, right? If anything, they're going to want to try their best to try and make it a success, to try and have more value in their company, right? Because the more XRP is worth, the better they're going to have in terms of the value that they hold. So, to me, like, it doesn't really make sense to think that they're going to just give up on XRP. But let's hear what David Schwartz has to say, because I'm always interested to hear stuff like this from the horse's mouth. So let's get into the article, and then we can discuss this a little bit further. Ripple's Chief Technology Officer, in brackets CTO, David Schwartz, addresses a persistent misconception within the crypto community regarding the company's potential move away from its affiliated token, XRP. This speculation has been making the rounds in the XRP community in recent times. However, the rumour about Ripple abandoning XRP gained steam after an ex-user, Aspen Signals, called attention to a quote on Schwartz's cover photo on the social media platform. The quote sheds light on a scrappy financial startup struggle against betrayal and corruption as they endeavour to roll out instant payments to the public. Since the move to challenge the status quo comes at a high cost, the startup was forced to choose between its vision and survival. Expectedly, the quote elicited reactions within the crypto community, with some members speculating that Ripple could be planning to abandon XRP. Ripple CTO reacts. Interestingly, Schwartz stepped in to address the misconception before it became a major FUD, in brackets fear, uncertainty and doubt. Reacting, Schwartz clarified that the quote did not describe a real-world event, but rather served as a pitch for a fictional movie. Although the themes in the quote may resonate with real-world issues, such as corruption faced by startups in the payment sector, the Ripple CTO emphasized that the specific circumstances depicted in the controversial quote have not taken place in reality. This statement suggests no basis for comparing the hypothetical scenarios in the quote and Ripple's current operations. Nonetheless, given Ripple's commitment to launch a stablecoin later this year, Schwartz's decision to address the growing misconception is imperative. Ripple declares support for XRP. The rumours about Ripple potentially abandoning XRP have gained traction since the company introduced its stablecoin initiative. First, critics argued that Ripple intends to replace XRP with the upcoming stablecoin, particularly for cross-border settlements via ODL, in brackets now Ripple payments. Additionally, they suggested that Ripple's decision to exclude XRP from its liquidity hub solution indicates that the company could be moving away from the token. Responding to these speculations, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse asserted that the company remains fully committed to XRP and does not plan to abandon it. Okay guys, okay, so let's get into it then. I've actually seen that quote. It's basically like the banner of David Schwartz's X profile. I did find it interesting. He's saying that it's like the idea for a pitch of a movie. It does kind of sound like it. Like if you listen to it, it kind of reads like a synopsis of a film. Like if you was on Netflix and you just saw, like, for example, the Ripple movie, like you could imagine that would be like the the blurb, as they say in terms of books, like they just be like the quick synopsis of what the film's about. So whether he's trying to say in that regard or not, obviously I can't say for sure. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I've watched a interview with David Schwartz very recently, and he was talking about, you know, Ripple and like ODL and working with banks, like partnerships with banks, and he was basically saying like, look, like banks are not going to be the success story of Ripple. And for him to say that, I thought that was very honest, because a lot of people, when they saw this, it was on Crypto Eri's YouTube channel. It was a video by Crypto Eri. She posted the interview. A lot of people were saying like this isn't good to hear, because, you know, one of the main reasons why a lot of people invested in XRP was, you know, Ripple having these partnerships with banks for ODL, right? Ripple payments. So it caused a lot of concern. And I'll be honest with you, even for me, I was like, don't get me wrong, I wasn't like, oh, this is it, it's game over. No, because there's other things about XRP that can still make it good. But I was like, that's strange to hear that. Like, cause, you know, I did believe myself, like the banks are one of the, you know, one of the things that entice you to want to invest in XRP. So when they're now telling you like, yeah, the bank's not really moving with us the way we'd want to, and, you know, they're not going to really be Ripple's success story, I was like, wow, okay, like that's interesting. So it did make me think a little bit like, yeah, this is going to potentially stagnate its trajectory then, because when the banks do finally want to use it the way we would want them to use it in terms of like ODL and stuff and properly utilizing XRP, maybe that could be many years from now, right? Like maybe it's going to take them for a while to them to really want to fully integrate it and, you know, move away from the older systems, the older legacy systems. So, you know, that was to me very telling, but I respected the honesty. Like that was honest of him to say. So to me, do I think that he's lying here? No, just because of the fact that I've seen him talk about stuff recently and he's been very honest. Like he's been honest to, like, some people might say to a fault, because, you know, like, would other people working at Ripple be happy with him saying that? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like they might have been like, oh, what's he doing kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But, for me, that was a very honest thing for him to say. So I really like appreciated that, because I want the truth. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be lied to. So what do I think of this? I don't think they're moving away from XRP, as I said earlier. It just wouldn't make sense to me. Like if they do move away from XRP, it's going to just destroy the value of the token, because people will leave in droves if that's the case. Like a lot of people will sell, because look, a lot of people's patience is already being tested with XRP right now. Like I see it out there. I see the sentiment. A lot of people have really, like, they've really got their back up against the wall and they're ready to just sell, because, you know, the price action hasn't been that great. They're seeing other, you know, crypto tokens take off and whatnot. So a lot of people are really frustrated with XRP at this point. If they start to see that like Ripple are moving away from XRP completely, I think that would be the final straw for them, that, you know. And to me, like, I don't think you should just be focusing on Ripple, because there are other developers who can help. It's not just like Ripple, but of course Ripple is the biggest developer on the XRP ledger. So it would be a big blow. I'm not going to try and act like it wouldn't matter, but it wouldn't be the end of the world, because the XRP ledger will still be there and there's still other developers, right? But the optics of that, hearing that the biggest company and the holders of the escrow have now kind of effectively abandoned XRP, yeah, the holders would just, you know, the majority of holders would be gone. That's just obvious. And so that would obviously just destroy the net worth of the token, right? Like that would just completely decimate it. So I don't think it would make sense for them to do that, especially as like them, you know, selling XRP to fund their operations. It's not something that's going to make sense for them. And at the end of the day, let's even if say we just move away from just like the cross-border aspect, like for example, the stablecoin, like XRP will still benefit from this in a way in terms of it being used as the gas token. So it is still going to benefit from the stablecoin being utilized. Like that is still an avenue for XRP to benefit from this. So it's not all doom and gloom in terms of the stablecoin. Now, I am aware that they, you know, were using a stablecoin in replacement of XRP in America, but let's be real here. Like the reason why that happened is because of the lawsuit. Like they couldn't risk doing that in America, but in other countries they're utilizing XRP. XRP is the better solution than a stablecoin. So they're not going to just make it now that where they say like, okay, like, yes, we're just going to use the stablecoin instead of XRP completely. No, because there's other countries who are absolutely fine with XRP. So all they'll do is they'll say, okay, you've got an option here. You can utilize the stablecoin if you want, but XRP is here, and most people are going to choose XRP because it's the better choice. But in America, they'll probably just make it by default that you just use the stablecoin to avoid legal scrutiny. I get that. It's a shame, but it makes sense. It makes sense for them to do that. So, you know, like, I understand that, and that's not something that they're doing by choice, really. They've kind of had their hand forced, really. Do you know what I mean? So I can't knock them for that, to be honest with you. They're just trying to keep themselves out of trouble, you know, which we've already seen how the SEC, they're playing dirty. So it wouldn't surprise me if they could try and think of any excuse to try and come back at Ripple at some point, because I'm sure they hate the fact that they lost, right? Gary looks silly. So, you know, any chance they get, I'm sure they'll probably try and take. So, yeah, to me, I don't think they're going to abandon XRP, in my opinion. I have seen the banner. In terms of them saying like, about the survival, like, I don't think they're at that point yet. Like, they won the lawsuit, you know, and yes, okay, they're going through the litigation in terms of, like, you know, the institutional sales, but we've not seen the conclusion of that yet. So we don't know how bad that's even going to be, and we don't know what the impact is going to be yet. So Judge Torres may say, yeah, like, you can continue to do ODL under these circumstances, blah, 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 and then just pay like this fine, which I don't think is going to be like $2 billion. I just don't think that's going to be the case. So until we've even seen the outcome of that, it's hard to really say that they're just treating themselves as survival mode right now. I think at the moment, it's like, let's see what happens from the lawsuit, and that will kind of dictate what position Ripple are going to be in. So it's still, to me, you know, not looking like that would be the case, but time will tell in terms of the resolution of the lawsuit to see how that will impact how Ripple move. But yeah, overall, I don't agree. I don't think that Ripple have abandoned XRP. I don't think they will, unless they absolutely had to. But what do you guys think? Ripple abandoning XRP. Let me know your thoughts, guys. I'd be interested to hear. Thank you very much for watching this. If you did like it, please remember to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. But until next time, take care.